Good morning. It's Christina with your A.M Manna. And this morning's manna is coming from James chapter 1, verse 22 through 25. And it reads, "But be doers of the word, and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. For if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man observing his natural face in a mirror. For he looks at himself, goes away, and immediately forgets what kind of man he was. But he who looks into the perfect law of liberty and continues in it, and is not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this one will be blessed in what he does." Okay, so the word here, what God is saying, don't just be a hearer of the word, but be a doer of it. God says we preach and we teach the word, and we expect those that hear it to follow it, to heed to it. But yet some of us ourselves are not doers of the word. God says that when we teach the word and we preach it and we hold those who hear it accountable, and yet we don't hold ourselves accountable because we are not doers of the very word that we're teaching and preaching, we become hypocrites. And the definition of a hypocrite is this: a person who claims or pretends to have a certain belief about what is right, but who behaves in a way that disagrees with those beliefs. So a hypocrite is a person who claims and pretends to believe a way or do things a certain way, but in actuality, they don't. God says that when we are just hearers of the word and not doers of the word, we become hypocrites. And I would believe that it would be safe to say that if we are hypocrites, we don't have integrity. Because remember, people with integrity are honest people. God says that it's very important in this hour that we not be deceived. People that are hypocrites, people that teach the word and preach the word but do not live by the word that they're preaching and teaching, are hypocrites. We don't want to be hypocrites because hypocrites don't have integrity. Because people with integrity are honest. People that say they're one way, speak one way, but are doing something totally opposite, are not telling the truth. They're liars. God says, be not deceived in this hour, because just like the Titanic went down, so are these people. When God searches the hearts of man, and he knows what's in our hearts, and he finds that our hearts are not in the right posture, we will be dealt with. God is a God of grace, and God is a God of mercy, and God is a God of love, but God also is a God of wrath. God chastises those whom he loves. And if we believe that we can continue to say, preach and teach a thing and not live out that thing that we're preaching and teaching, then we're fooling ourselves. God says in the word, do not deceive yourselves. That we shouldn't deceive ourselves thinking that we're just going to continue to get away with it and that it will not be exposed. God says in this hour, be not deceived, because as sure as the Titanic went down, so are these people. God says, get yourself a life jacket. What is a life jacket? Get yourself someone that is truly teaching and preaching and walking out that thing. That they're doing everything in their might and in their power to truly get it right. Because otherwise, you're going to go down. And by the time you realize you're going down, it might be too late. God said, check their fruit. It is time for us to stop allowing people to make us believe that our eyes are lying to us. It's exactly what you see. So what are we seeing? What are we seeing? God said that you will know them by their fruit. When we look at them, are we seeing love? Are we seeing kindness? Are we seeing self-control? Are we seeing patience for all, not just some? It's time to check their fruit and stop allowing people to tell us that our eyes are not seeing what they're seeing. It's exactly what you see.